video, we're going to practice reallocating expenses to projects. The exercise we're going to follow along with is over here on the right-hand side, and this is pulled from our advanced level ProAdvisor certification course, which if you would like more information about that course after we go through the exercise, be sure to click on the link below in the description. Let's dive right in and see what our scenario will be today. Craig has two employees that help him run his business. He has set up two projects to track his profitability and wants to allocate some of these employee wages to them so he can include the expenses on his profitability report. Ralph Myers did about $500 worth of work for the Gavelber Photography Outdoor Studio project. Sarah Stone did about $650 worth of work for Amy's Bird Sanctuary's new wing. Sarah's work needs to be charged back to the client. How would you reallocate this? So let's go ahead and get started. First, you need to be in the sample company to do this exercise. If you're not sure how to get into the sample company or get your own free QBOA account, be sure to click on the link below in the description. I have the sample company pulled up here on the left-hand side. This is where we will be working in for the exercise. So let's go ahead and get started. First, we need to turn projects on. So to do this, we need to click on the gear icon and then select Account and Settings. The gear icon is on the top right corner of the sample company. Go ahead and click on that. And then under your company, select Account and Settings. Now to turn this on, we have to go to the Advanced tab. To do that, we just click on Advanced. That is over here on the left-hand side. It's the last one on this list. Go ahead and click on that one. And then we're going to click anywhere in the projects section to make it editable, excuse me. That's the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6th one down. You see it says projects. Go ahead and click anywhere on that. And then you're going to click on the toggle next to organize all job related activity in one place. That is this one right here. Go ahead and click on that. It will turn green, indicating that it is turned on. So we are good here. Go ahead and click on the green save button. You can see it has been saved for us. Let me see. There it is. I was refreshing the screen. It is turned on. So go ahead and click on the green done button. That's down here on the bottom right corner of the screen. Now you will get this pop-up warning that's asking if you want to leave without saving. I think this is a glitch in the sample company. So go ahead and click on the green yes button and your settings are going to save. And you know that they have saved because you will see now projects on the left navigation bar, which is what we want to click on. The left navigation bar is over here. And here is projects. When you turn on projects, this appears. When projects is you will not see this. So you know that those settings have been saved properly. Go ahead and click on projects once you find it. You're going to click on start a project and just know that this little overview here, this is only going to appear the first time that you get in the project center. It's just QBO giving you some information about what this area is all about. So go ahead and click on the green start a project since we are going to get started with this two new projects, the outdoor studio and then the one for Amy's Bird Sanctuary. So in the project name field, we're going to type outdoor studio. So click into this field right here and go ahead and type outdoor studio. In the customer field, we're going to select Gavelber Photography since that is what it is for. So click that down arrow and you can scroll a little bit or you can type their name in the box for it to appear. Once you find their name, go ahead and select it. Everything else we're going to leave as is and we're just going to click on the green save button. So go ahead and do that. And you will see that the project for the outdoor studio for Gavelber Photography has now been set up. But now let's go back and add the project for Amy's Bird Sanctuary. To go back to the project center, you need to click on all projects. So that is right here. Go ahead and click on that. And then we're going to create another project for it. So click on new project. That's the green button right here, not the down arrow, but new project itself. Go ahead and click on that. In the project name field, we're going to type new wing. So click into that box right there. Go ahead and type new wing. In the customer field, we need to select Amy's Bird Sanctuary. So click on that down arrow in the customer field and select Amy's Bird Sanctuary. Everything else we're going to leave as is, and then you can go ahead and click on the green save button. And now you will see the project, the new wing project for Amy's Bird Sanctuary appear on the screen. Now let's reallocate the funds from the employee wages to the projects by creating an expense transaction. So to create that expense transaction, you need to click on the plus new button and then select expense. The plus new button is up here on the top left corner of the screen. Go ahead and click on that and then under vendors, select expense. Now we are going to leave this payee as the payee field, we're going to leave it blank and use a clearing account instead for the payment account. So let's go ahead and create that now. In the payment account field, we're going to select plus add new. So click on the down arrow here and then select plus add new. When you do, you will get this little pop-up asking you to create that new account. So in the detail type field, we're going to select checking. The account type, we're just going to leave this as bank, and then the detail type, change that to checking. Now I know that this is going to maybe feel a little weird because this is not an actual bank account that we are creating. It's just a clearing account, but we want to have it set up in this way, this kind of account. So we're going to change the name from checking to clearing. So delete what is currently there and then go ahead and type in clearing. Everything else is good as is, so we can click on the green save and close button. So go ahead and click on that. All right, so now we need to complete the rest of this. So in the category details grid for Ralph and Sarah, we need to add them in here based on the information in this scenario. Now, as a note here, the sample company does not have a wages account. So to save time for the purposes of this exercise, we will just use cost of labor to indicate the account that is used to pay employee wages. In a real life scenario though, you may want to change this and do a wages account, create something separate for that. But again, for the purpose of this exercise, we're going to use cost of labor. So on the first line in the category field, select cost of labor. Go ahead and click into that box. You can click on the down arrow and start scrolling for it if you would like. It is under job expenses. So once you find it, go ahead and select it. In the description field, we're going to type Ralph Myers. So click into the description box and then type Ralph Myers so that we know specifically who this is for. In the amount field, we're going to type 500. So click in that box, type 500. And then we need to assign this to the project. So in the customer project field, select outdoor studio. Click the down arrow and you can either scroll until you get to developer photography and see underneath it outdoor studio. Now this is going to look like a sub account of developer, but this is just the project that is associated with developer photography. So that is why it is listed underneath their name rather than somewhere else on this list. So once you find outdoor studio, go ahead and select that. And now we need to do the same thing for Sarah. So on the second line in the category field, we're going to select cost of labor. So go ahead and click into it. You can start typing in cost for cost of labor. Just make sure if you do that, that you are selecting this one right here. It is the sub account of job expenses. Go ahead and click on that once you find it. And then in the description field, you're going to type Sarah Stone. So click into that description box, type Sarah Stone. And then in the amount field, we're going to type 650. So click into that box on her line, type 650, excuse me. And then remember, this is going to be billed back to Amy's Bird Sanctuary. So we need to click on the checkbox in the billable field. That's right here. So go ahead and click on that to have it selected. You may need to click on it 2 times so that you can see that the arrow is green. Otherwise, it kind of looks like it's grayed out. So make sure you click it so that it has the green arrow. And then in the customer project field, we're going to select new wing to indicate that this is what the project, this is the project that it is being matched up with or assigned to. So click the down arrow and you will see new wing underneath Amy's Bird Sanctuary. Go ahead and select that once you find it. Now notice that the total amount of the expense so far is $1,150. You can see that right here. This is the amount that you will need to take out of the job expenses cost of labor account to bring the total for this expense to 0. So on the third line, we're going to, in the category field, once again, select cost of labor. So click into that third line. You can start typing, or you can do a scroll and find it. Once you find cost of labor, go ahead and select it. We're not going to do anything in the description field. We are just trying to zero out this expense. So in the amount field, we need to type negative 1,150. So click into the amount box, type negative 1,150, hit the tab key over, and you will see it is zero. That is why we have this going to the clearing account, because this is a $0 expense transaction. We're not actually adding the transaction here or adding it as an expense. This is just indicating where the amount of, based off of when Ralph and Sarah are working, which project it is being assigned to. So we are done here. We're going to just click on the green Save and Close button. That's down here on the bottom right corner. Go ahead and click on that, and you will see that expense has been saved. But let's return to the Project Center to see how this affects it. So click on All Projects. That's up here on the top left corner. Go ahead and click on that. And here you will see there are now costs associated with the two projects. Now, as you can see here, this cost is $500. This is the one that is associated with Ralph for the outdoor studio. It's showing for me zero for the cost. So there is a note here that you may need to refresh the page to see the cost of both projects. So if you are showing zero right here, go ahead and just refresh the page so that this time when it does refresh, you will see the costs for Sarah also added here on the new wing project. Since Sarah Stone's work was marked billable, you could create an invoice for Amy's Bird Sanctuary, and when you do, it will show up on the drawer that you can add to the invoice. We're not going to be doing it for this exercise, but just know that that would be the next step when you are ready to create that invoice for Amy's Bird Sanctuary. That's how you would reallocate expenses to projects. Now, if you like this exercise and you want to do more like it, be sure to, or if you want more information about the Advanced Level ProAdvisor Certification course, be sure to click on the link below in the description. And I will see you in the next exercise.